Some players are born into opportunity. Others have to fight for every inch. Jimmy Butler built his career through the fight. Before the NBA, before the spotlight, before the championships and all-star appearances, there was adversity. As a teenager, Butler faced a challenge that would shape his mindset forever. He was homeless. At just 13 years old, he was told he had to leave home. Many young athletes would have let that moment define them. But adversity can create two different outcomes. It can break a person, or it can forge resilience. For Jimmy Butler, it built resilience. Resilience begins with belief. Belief that circumstances do not control destiny. Belief that discipline can change the future. Butler carried that belief with him through every stage of his journey. He was not heavily recruited coming out of high school. No major college programs were waiting. No headlines were written about his potential. But opportunity rarely appears for those who wait. Opportunity appears for those who prepare. Butler attended junior college. Junior college basketball is not glamorous. Long travel, small gyms, limited exposure. But Butler did not complain. He focused on development, defense, strength, conditioning, work ethic. Work ethic is the great equalizer. When talent varies, work ethic closes the gap. And Butler's work ethic began to separate him from everyone around him. Eventually, he transferred to Marquette University. The competition increased. The expectations increased, and Butler continued to grow. But even entering the NBA draft, he was not considered a future superstar. He was selected late in the first round, pick number 30. For many players, that position means uncertainty. But Butler saw something different. He saw opportunity. Opportunity to prove his mindset. Opportunity to outwork expectations. When he entered the league, he did not immediately become a star. He earned minutes through defense, through effort, through intensity. Defense builds trust with coaches. Trust builds playing time. Playing time builds development. Development builds confidence. Jimmy Butler slowly transformed himself. Season after season, workout after workout, he expanded his offensive game, improved his ball handling, improved his shooting, improved his decision-making. This is the power of discipline. Discipline compounds over time. One workout improves skill. Thousands of workouts create mastery. But Butler's mentality was always clear. Outwork everyone. Compete every possession. Refuse to back down. That mindset became his identity. Opponents recognized it. Teammates felt it. Coaches trusted it. And eventually, the league respected it. Butler became known as one of the toughest competitors in the NBA. Not because of physical dominance, but because of relentless effort. Effort wears down opponents. Effort creates momentum. Effort builds leadership. Leadership is not always about speeches. Sometimes leadership is about example. The player who trains harder. The player who refuses to quit. The player who pushes teammates to higher standards. Butler became that player every practice, every game, every season. And when he joined the Miami Heat, his mindset aligned perfectly with the team's culture. Miami values discipline, preparation, conditioning, accountability. Butler embodied those qualities. Together they built something powerful. A team built on toughness, a team built on work ethic, a team built on belief. During playoff battles, Butler elevated his game even further. Playoff basketball demands mental strength. Fatigue increases. Pressure increases. But Butler thrives in those moments because adversity does not scare him. Adversity shaped him. He has lived through difficulty before. Basketball pressure becomes manageable when your life experiences have already tested your strength. That perspective creates fearless competition. Fearless players attack the moment, and Jimmy Butler attacks every moment. Now understand the deeper lesson. Adversity is not an obstacle. It is preparation. Preparation for leadership. Preparation for greatness. Jimmy Butler proved that the strongest mindset often comes from the hardest journey. Now internalize this mindset. You must embrace adversity. You must outwork expectations. You must build discipline every day. Say this internally. I embrace the challenge. I outwork the doubt. I stay disciplined every day. I compete with relentless effort because adversity builds strength. Work ethic builds greatness, and relentless belief creates champions. Your mindset is your edge. Championship competitors are revealed in the playoffs. The regular season shows talent, but the playoffs expose mindset. Every possession becomes intense. Every mistake becomes magnified. Every weakness becomes a target. In those moments, some players shrink, others rise. Jimmy Butler rises because pressure does not scare him. Pressure sharpens him. He understands something many players never learn. Pressure is simply opportunity wearing a different disguise. The opportunity to lead, the opportunity to compete harder, the opportunity to prove your preparation. Preparation removes fear. Fear only exists when doubt exists. But Butler eliminates doubt through work. Early mornings, late-night workouts, relentless conditioning, film study. When preparation becomes a habit, confidence becomes natural. That confidence appears clearly during the biggest games. During playoff series, Butler often becomes even more aggressive, attacking the rim, drawing contact, creating opportunities for teammates. But aggression must remain controlled. Controlled aggression becomes strategic. Strategic play creates winning possessions. Jimmy Butler understands the rhythm of playoff basketball. The pace slows, defenses tighten, every shot becomes contested. Butler does not rush those moments. He studies them, reading defenders, waiting for openings, using patience as a weapon. Patience frustrates defenders. Frustrated defenders make mistakes. Mistakes create scoring chances. Butler takes advantage of those chances. But leadership during the playoffs goes beyond scoring. Teammates feel the pressure. Young players feel the intensity. The environment becomes overwhelming. That is when leaders become essential. Butler speaks, encourages, challenges. He reminds teammates of their preparation. He reminds them of their strength. Because confidence spreads through leadership. When one player believes, others begin to believe. And belief creates momentum. Momentum shifts playoff series. Momentum changes championships. But Butler's leadership is not always comfortable. He demands effort. He demands accountability. Some players struggle with that intensity, but true competitors respect it. Because championships require standards. Standards require discipline. Discipline requires leadership. And Butler protects those standards every day. That mindset helped the Miami Heat reach the NBA Finals, even when they were not considered favorites, even when critics doubted them. Butler refused to accept those limitations, because belief must come from within. Waiting for outside validation weakens confidence. True confidence begins internally. Jimmy Butler believed in himself long before the world noticed. That belief carried him through adversity, through criticism, through doubt. And it continues to fuel his competitiveness today. Now understand the deeper lesson. Your circumstances do not define your ceiling. Your mindset defines your ceiling. Jimmy Butler proved that relentless discipline can overcome doubt. Now internalize this mindset. You must welcome pressure. You must trust your preparation. You must compete with relentless effort. Say this internally. I rise in pressure moments. I trust my preparation. I lead through effort. I compete with relentless intensity because pressure creates opportunity. Discipline creates confidence. And relentless belief creates champions. Your mindset is your edge.